So yesterday at 3 p.m. as I was walking my own children home from school, a 15-year-old boy in Huddersfield was stabbed to death at the school gates by a 16-year-old who was arrested. And eyewitnesses say it was a ferocious attack where he was pinned to the ground by the 16-year-old and repeatedly stabbed. He was, of course, rushed to hospital. One thing I can commend and respect in Britain is that when a child is injured, you see everyone goes into overdrive to try and save that child. I've never had a child in difficult circumstances like that. I've had minor medical issues, and even for those, the British police, not police, talking about the stabbing, but for my children, the British health service is fantastic. And the 15-year-old didn't make it. And this is Huddersfield. We all saw the video outside the church with the church bells ringing. The person all dressed in black in a balaclava with a giant kitchen knife tries to stab, or does stab, the Arab-looking gentleman in Huddersfield. That was just a few days ago. I'm not a paranoid person. I wouldn't do my YouTube channel if I were a paranoid person. I wouldn't be able to. But I'm very safe and I take great precautions. But my kind of brain, I think everyone's brain, I'm always looking at patterns, always looking at changes in the status quo. And as someone who rides public transport a lot, it's not because I can't afford a car. I can afford a car, of course. You can see I can afford a car. It's not hard, when someone's a YouTuber. But what I'm saying is I ride public transport because I'm saving up to buy a house. That's why I ride public transport. That stupid bit of information aside, I'm seeing a dramatic increase. It's not just 20% more excess deaths that we're seeing from the Office of National Statistics, which is a giant number, because you'd think the people that were ill, the weak people, would have died in the last couple of years. We would be seeing lower excess deaths right now, but we're seeing higher. Something's going on with people's minds. I'm seeing a lot more crazy, angry people, a lot of people muttering to themselves. 3 times this week. Yeah, 3 times. I've gotten up and changed seats on the bus because I didn't get a good feeling about the person sitting near me. And the thought of teenagers running around with knives, killing children at school gates, the sacred ground of school gates. I love at my kids' school. It's very wholesome. It's very cute and child-centric, and they even have signs saying, please try not to be on your mobile phone when you pick up your kid. Your kid's excited to see you. And I always, my youngest is now at school. It's amazing picking up all of them at once instead of mix and match. I always greet my kids with a kiss, a hug, and I love you, and asking how their day was. And just imagine you're doing that and you see a kid just next to you getting stabbed to death. I don't know what's happening in this world, but something very bad is happening. For those of us who are noticing patterns, noticing changes. So to the young kid and his family, my utmost condolences. What has happened to the minds of people? This is what scares me. It's people regress almost to dumb apes. Testosterone, neuroses of vengeance, neuroses of status, neuroses about being disrespected. And just imagine the rage, the seething hubris of someone who should know. Should know, because people don't generally get away with it. Should know that stabbing a child to death, you're not going to see the sky, as in freedom, until you're a very old man. Why would you throw your entire life away to get your retribution? Don't know why he stabbed him. Might not even be retribution, might be something else. But the cliche goes, but it's so right. Just when you're out and about with your children, even at the school gates now, keep your wits about you. Don't relax. There's certain types of people you can never relax around. And I've specialized in finding them, exposing them, filming them. And they are dark, and they want you to think that their behavior is inevitable. They are in permanent victim status. They are hard done by. They are frustrated. They don't understand why they're not millionaires, why they aren't drowning in beautiful women or rich. Sorry, millionaires. And they are destroying themselves slowly, and they want to take down as many people around them as possible, because it must be everyone else's fault except their own as to why they are nasty scumbag lesser hominids than we are. What can you say when children are being stabbed to death at the school gates now? This is Great Britain. It'll be very interesting to see more details come out as to who was the stabber, who is the criminal, why did he do it. It would be interesting to see if we're approaching a world, a country where certain inner city children may have to be provided with stab-proof Kevlar vests just to get an education. We Brits, we British people, we mock the Americans for their gun crime, for the school shootings. It's not mocking, it's more of a dark humor, saying thank God we don't have those problems here, but we do. We get the headlines when someone's been stabbed to death, but for every victim, fatal victim, there's dozens of badly wounded, people now having to have colostomy bags, life-changing injuries, deformed faces, missing eyeballs, people requiring crutches because tendons get severed. There's, for every fatality in knife crime, there's dozens of badly wounded people who don't make the headlines. It's an epidemic. And in the next few videos, we'll try and explore what we can do. But in the meantime, just keep your wits about you and don't relax, not even at the school gates. This is cveitch. Thank you for watching.